you just die. As, all right, Rakan is going to be on the other side of the rift. Star-crossed lovers in this game.
It's really interesting to see the Alistar taken here as well, because...
But this is a B&K draft. And this is their bread and butter. They play this so incredibly well. Let's see whether Bro can conquer it here in game number 2.
Gen G with that, so sometimes you don't have to just play the meta. Sometimes you can play what you're good at that is still relatively meta. Like this draft here, you know, we're not a huge fan of the Sejuani and Kennen part of the rotation, but they still got the Yone.
Yeah.
It all comes together very well.
It is pretty dangerous times for the Xayah anyway, as Fate just going to jump over the top of Closer here, and actually it works out quite nicely. Down to 300 health is Closer. Of course, it's always a bit dicey in the early laning phase, especially up against Tristana, who does want to be harassing you as much as possible. As Duro comes on over, misses the Gleaming Quill, but nails the auto attack. Absolutely fantastic. Will be destroyed immediately, but did get a fair bit of value there, as we can see, is now good knock-up going to connect, and there's the grand entrance as well. The smallest rocket jump in the history of rocket jumps. From Fate, but it is actually going to work out here as now Closer could be in trouble. There's the flash twisted advance. He's punched back as well. The exhaust decent onto Closer at the same time as Raptor. He did not want to go there as he tries to get out and he manages. Okay, I think he's still very dead, but still, okay, there's the auto attack and Fate going to pick up first blood.
And unfortunately for B&K, it was kind of way too aggressive. I mean, I kind of actually, it doesn't really state what happened there. Just constantly trying to force Closer's engage and trying to get that pick onto Fate for that grub fight, backfiring and doing it again here.
Yeah, Duro going to come on over and steals the grub. Okay, so Youngjae does manage to pick up the first one. But now this one is going to be taken by Clear. So B&K,
I think they could have played this a lot more controlled. They will still get the steal here, as you mentioned, from Duro. And no one wants to fight into that choke point with a cannon with ult prepped, so they do not commit.
Oh, Glacial Prison comes down. Envy, there's the Feather Storm. That is going to get himself out of dodge this time around, and now Nature's Grasp is going to be flying through. Battle Dance is going to try and get Duro out of trouble, and it's going to work out for now. That's a bunch of cooldowns now utilized for the Bros. It does give them control of the river. See whether that's going to be enough to get themselves this Drake, as it does fall asleep once again.
All Gideon stuff, but...
Yeah. Orcs can do the sit there and feel uncomfortable thing where you're not allowed to sing your own birthday song. As we've got some grubs going down. First one going to be cleared here by B&K as Fate's teleported in. There's a Glacial Prison onto Polo. Gets the Unbreakable Will out, but it's not exactly the priority target that you really want to be engaging on.
Could have tried to set that up with his basic abilities and then maybe get something out of it, but either way, it will stop the plates from going down.
Yep, and Closer knows that there are a whole lot of people heading towards... okay, and there's a Nature's Grasp as well. As the Equalizer comes down, Closer not really going to be able to do much about this, but still able to trade back very nicely. Morgan actually picking up the turret aggro as well is not what you want, and now that Permafrost is stacking up. The Grand Entrance with the quickness is going to guarantee the kill. So a 2-for-1 trade. Closer probably saying what?
Then get the punish play topside. So B&K winning on both sides, taking a gold lead here now. Oh, Closer.
Yeah, Polo is just always doing things. As there's a beautiful buffer from Closer. Not able to actually walk in front is Polo, so...
He's got the angle. He's hidden.
Yeah, let's see whether this Slicing Maelstrom can actually work. The Nature's Grasp comes in and Clear. He's rushing into that back line, looking for the angle. There goes Polo as Duro trying to find the quickness onto as many members as possible. Equalizer is decent, but there's the knock up onto Envy. Another very defensive Featherstorm has to be used, but this time we'll keep him alive successfully.
Wait, hold on, we have a dive.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Then after the dive.
And no one's actually here. We're not ready. It's dive time as Clear is going to get Slicing Maelstrom off. And Polo going to be able to tank this one up successfully. So that is Barbecued Pikachu in the top lane. Very nicely done here by the Bros. They will sack their bottom outer turret for it.
Not that great, but this is that Herald I was talking about. Let's see if they can grab the turret. I mean, they are better grouped for this. I think they should be able to secure this. This is pretty huge.
Yeah, Duro actually not able to make the rotation over, as we could see. Youngjae just playing Bouncer very nicely.
So they get the kill onto Clear on the topside dive.
Yeah.
I think that this is a much more optimistic than it was in game one.
Well, Fate, I'm not sure about him, as he is going to pick up a prison, take it with him, and he is really dead. Henna with his Killer Instinct is really absolutely named correctly this time around. He's actually been very aggressive this game. Feels a little bit more defensive rather than anything else, and I don't think it's going to work out that way either, as Envy's going to turn up. Still a fair bit of damage onto Raptor, but he gets himself out of there.
No one can stop the teleport of Closer, so he's going to go and catch that bottom wave, because that was the one angle, you know? Okay, we hold him in place.
Oh, dear. Okay, there's another Slicing Maelstrom that's going to trade once again. And Clear is pretty good at just getting as many Feather Storms as he likes.
Pretty confident that he's not going to be seen here. This should be respected by Bro, though.
Yeah, Morgan moving in. There's the engage. It's onto a Sejuani. So it's not exactly the greatest. And, oh, somehow Morgan gets caught by the Glacial Prison. Still, the answering Nature's Grasp is very, very strong. He does continue to land those as in goes Closer, finds a bit of an engage on Depolu. Not exactly the priority target once again, as there's the quickness into the backline. The engage is so good. Closer just gets rid of the Tristana and the Slicing Maelstrom to answer as well. And Bro just find themselves with gray screens, no option at all. Raptor's going to be surviving. And there's Clear to finish off the last kill with a lightning rush of all things. That's a clean ace. Like Chemtech Soul Point, I mean, you mentioned already, Chemtech Soul not exactly the most valuable, but getting 4 dragons is always pretty good, as Duro is going to get engaged on, thrown around like a ragdoll, but he's Rakan, so he's going to be fine. Nature's Grasp not really doing too much. Battle Dance for Duro to make sure that he gets out of there. Young Jay not so lucky. And BNK now managing to get a kill onto, like you mentioned, the one that's in charge of Peel. And so I think they should be able to break open the base very comfortably already. Closer's getting to work on it. He dives in on top of Fate. He's going to have to rebind here. I think he gets himself out of there.
He took the laning phase personally.
Yeah. And that's where Bro really struggles. Finding the coordination in these team fights, finding the decisiveness. And BNK's problem is they have too much decisiveness. We're going to see some of it right here as into the backline goes Closer, tries to find his opportunity. But it's Clear that just slices them up. No opportunity to do anything at all for Envy. And now Morgan is just right in the middle of the furnace. It's ironic because he's Rumble, but he's still going to get chopped down. Fate also in trouble as Duro is just going to find him. Yeah, there's an explosive charge on top of the Rakan, but he's going to be fine. And that is yet another one team fight for BNK. This is going to be the last one of the game because the series is now over.
The series is definitely done. That's going to be the end point here, as it is just a complete and utter domination here by BNK. The win streak is real. This team is back, and they are looking to move to the west side.
Yeah.
Make it a more permanent location for them, as what a bounce back.
Top 5, right? Because one of T1 or KT are going to lose.